Today we're going to talk about something that pisses me off severely. So looking behind me, you might come to the conclusion that I am a bit of a nerd or a geek, depending on which word you prefer. I like nerdy shit. I have all the nerdy books. I love video games, I love pen and paper RPGs, something fierce, and I spend a shameful amount of time on various image boards. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm a genre fiction author who's narrated like almost 60 of his own audiobooks. I'm a weird man, I am a bit of an oddball, you might say, but there's something that differentiates me from what people think about when they picture a nerd. I don't look and smell like a hairy cave troll. I see nerds complaining about how, like, girls don't like them, not even the girls that have the same nerdy interests as them, because let me tell you, there's a lot of very, very attractive nerdy chicks out there. And it's true that a lot of nerds, they're super smart, they're very funny, they're often legitimately nice. All of these things should massively increase their chances of getting with girls, as it were. The problem is that they look like this, or this. And the thing is, if you do look like that, you don't have to. You really do not have to look like that. There are options for you. First fact first, your baseline look is not ugly. It might be average, it might be below average, but that's not the reason why women and just other people are disgusted to be in your presence. It's a statistical fact that women tend to care less about looks than men. If you have a great personality and are actually legitimately a nice person, they will find you attractive. And this sometimes also works the other way around, but statistically speaking, it's skewed in one direction. You see this guy? He's ugly as fuck, isn't he? Well, to put it in simple terms, he gets way more pussy than your high school sports ball captain. He does all of the pretty basic things that you should be doing so people are not repulsed by him and his personality can shine. Nobody's asking you to become like a pumped up gym bro. Though to be fair, this guy is one of the nerdiest motherfuckers I know. He is a complete and utter weeaboo, seriously. You can't expect women to flock to you for your personality if you do not take care of yourself. It is a baseline of respect that you have to have for yourself and also for them. One of the key components to being an attractive person is confidence. And confidence is super attractive, but mostly it'll make you feel good about yourself, which should be your main aim in this whole endeavor. You have to value yourself enough to take care of yourself in order to be confident. Because the human mind is magic, just the act of taking care of yourself will increase your self-worth. So for a start, get in the habit of doing some simple things. First thing you can fix right now is posture. The way that you sit and you stand has a massive impact on how you feel about yourself and how other people perceive you. If you sit, recline and sit openly. Also sit dynamically. You don't want to put too much hardship on one single area of your spine for long periods of time. Man spreading is actually very good for self-confidence. When standing or walking, picture like the top of your spine. There's a cord here, and it sort of pulls the spine up. And you will have to do this consciously for a while, but eventually it'll become second nature, and just as you walk through the park, through the streets, or just stand around, you will massively improve your posture in a very simple way. And the rope spine thing also works while sitting down, by the way. Shower every day. Yes, every single day. Use shower gel or shampoo or soap or one of the things. Clean your whole body with the soap and such. Especially your taint area and your dick and balls and your ass. It's very important that you keep those things clean. Clean your hair with shampoo, maybe only every other shower, depending on the type of hair that you have. I do it every shower. When it comes to your face, use only water. A lot of people make the mistake of using like too much soap or just using soap at all, and it dries out the skin and the skin looks very unhealthy. Which brings me to acne. I used to have it very severely, like really severely, but it does go away, though I had to use medication. Maybe talk to your dermatologist. My skin is still very sensitive. I still get pimples. Maybe get some nice face water. But like having the occasional pimple or two, so long as you don't press them out and smear it all over your face, that should be alright, frankly. Brush your teeth. Holy fucking shit. When I went into researching this a little bit, I did not expect this to become a problem. but brush your teeth 2 times a day with toothpaste. Do the whole regular 2-minute cleaning routine, then do this motion over your teeth where you sort of flip it like this to get like dirt that is stuck between your teeth. Wash the thing and then go over your tongue and get rid of all the white stuff, because that is where most of your bad breath comes from. If it still persists or you have unhealthy teeth, consider maybe doing some mouthwash once or twice a day. If you're really having problems, consult with your physician. There are people who just have bad breath. There are medical reasons for it. Don't be ashamed. They deal with that kind of shit all the time. Also, maybe get some fisherman's friend. It's great when you go out and you feel like you have bad breath. You might not be having bad breath. You might just be being paranoid. Pop one of these babies, everything is fine. Also, if your toothbrush looks like this, get a new toothbrush. When your hair is clean, after you've cleaned your hair like at least twice, go to the hair salon or your mum and ask them to give you like a haircut type deal. I used to just have the long, it wasn't really filthy hair, but it looked filthy even though I was cleaning it every day. I had beautiful hair, but I wasn't doing anything with it. So it didn't look beautiful. I go to the hairdressers like 3 times a year. That's more than enough. I was there just last Thursday. They don't have to cut your hair super short, because as you can see, I still have a lot of hair on my head. If you don't know what you can do with your hair, depending on the style of your head and your face and all of those considerations, which God knows I have no idea, ask your hairdresser to do something nice, consult with you, maybe give you some tips. That's their profession. They love doing that shit. That's what they do all day. Speaking of hair, shave. I'm not saying go clean shaven, but there's a reason why people call you guys neckbeards. And it's not necessarily that you have hair on your neck, it's that you don't take care of the hair on your neck and also everywhere else. You don't shave and you don't trim. I know a lot of men have a beard because they don't want to bother with all the work. However, having a beard and not having a beard, roughly the same amount of work you have to put into both of these things. And if you have a fancy beard and you're a beard guy, probably you're going to put in a lot more work than if you don't have a beard. A beard is something that needs to be kept in shape. Shave every 3 to 5 days, no matter if you do or don't have a beard. If you do have a beard, don't shave it off, just trim it. Get some kind of razor. It can be like a straight razor, it can be one of them with the many blades. You can go like me and just get an electric razor. There's a lot of men who sort of feel insecure about the thing that they use to shave being the only possible thing that one could possibly use to shave. Fuck those motherfuckers. You pick one out and find whatever suits you best and then stick with that. Quick pro tips, keep like this area free of actual sort of hairs. There can be a bit of stubble there because there are, hairs growing there, and if you shave that, usually after like a couple hours, you will have a bit of gray. I know that's the case for me. And also, if you want to have your beard look neat, make the cheeks should be free of like hairs, and anywhere where there's just single hairs that pop out, get rid of those. It's magical how quickly it looks a lot more neat. Still speaking of hair, consider a little manscaping. You don't need to wax your balls. Most women I know do appreciate not feeling as though they're going down on a high school student, but trim the bush a little bit. If you are completely hairless, maybe really just iron it down so there's only just like a little bit of stubble. And especially, most importantly, get rid of the long hairs down there. If you're like me and you are hairy all over, don't shave everything off down there. That would look weird, but do keep it trimmed and neat. Speaking of places where bacteria will amass and grow, get some deodorant, especially for your armpits. It takes like 2 seconds. It's not gay, and even if it was, we could all do with being a little more gay. Last but not least, fashion. Nobody's asking you to wear shit that you're not comfortable with, but wash your fucking clothes. Underwear, obviously, underpants and socks changes every single day, no excuses. You can get away with wearing t-shirts 2 days in a row if on the first day you didn't sweat a lot. And if you wear like fucking these type of shirts over the t-shirts like I often do, you can get away with maybe wearing it 3 days, but once again, only if you did not sweat a lot. Sweaters can actually last you up to 3 days if you do a lot of sedentary living and don't go out and do a lot of sports in them. So, sweating is very important. But the danger with them is that over time, if you wash them at a too low temperature or without like some hygiene stuff, I don't know what you Americans use, like the bacteria can accumulate in this general area because they don't get washed out every time. And so basically, even before you put it on, it'll already smell. On the other hand, be careful with washing shit at too high temperature because that can be no bueno. Quick laundry trick: if like me you are very fond of shirts with prints, just go ahead, take them like this, grab them here, turn them inside out. This way it'll protect the print in the washing machine. Here's the general rule of thumb: if you are going to wear a top for the second day in a row, smell the armpits. And if the armpits smell like sweat, get a new one. I know this is especially tempting with trousers, and I too do have a tendency to wear trousers for longer than maybe I should. But the point at which you can smell your trousers, chuck them in the wash, because everybody else can too. If you only wear black, consider at least finding out which kinds of colors suit you. I have discovered that I'm good with dark reds and dark greens and dark blues, sometimes mixed with a couple more vibrant colors. But if you're only comfortable wearing black, then by all means wear only black. It just so happens, if you want to experiment, that I have a lot of very cool clothing items in my merch store that you could peruse. That's the most shameless plug I've ever done. Just don't be afraid of trying something new when it comes to your clothing. Especially if you're young, your peers might laugh at you for trying to break out of your mold. And I say fuck those people. You're doing this for yourself, not for them, and they can fuck right off. Because really what you're doing is you're threatening the image that they have of you, and they don't like that. After a while, everyone will be comfortable with the new and improved you, especially and most of all you, and all this will cost you is like roughly half an hour more a day that you spend taking care of yourself. This is how you transition from being a weirdo to being an interesting doe. And don't worry if this takes you a while. It took me a while too. That's completely normal. You have all the time in the world. And if all this seems overwhelming, which is something that I can empathize with because I have been in that situation once upon a time, don't worry about it. I'll put a list down in the comments. Just maybe do one of them, add one every week. And then eventually it's going to just be second nature to you. You're going to be wanting to do it. It's going to make you feel good. It's phenomenal. After a while, it will no longer feel like a chore. You don't have to give up your fizzy drinks. You don't have to give up like your Mountain Dews and your Dr. Peppers. I get one on occasion, but the primary thing that I drink is water, and it has been that for a long time. The real thing that actually helped me lose a lot of weight in like just a couple of months was tracking my calories. Get like a cool Excel spreadsheet and have it do the calculations itself. It's super nice being able to just put in numbers and then it sort of says other numbers and it does calculations automatically. Oh, very satisfying. No matter if you are overweight or scrawny, do a little bit of sports. I don't do a lot of sports, I do a little bit of sports. Mostly cardio on my bike. I'll throw on like a documentary and ride for an hour. Like once or twice a month, maybe I'll lift some weights. Sometimes I'll lift weights every day for a week and then get tired. If you can, get into the habit of doing this, because I hear a lot of people actually tremendously enjoy it instead of just sort of enjoying it like I do. No matter which of the two options eventually turns out to be your reality, it will tremendously increase your quality of life. In terms of your room, there's no need to keep it meticulously clean. I know my apartment is a fucking mess, but it is clean where it matters. Don't leave food and old plates lying around. Clean like your kitchen, the sink and the bathroom floor and all that. The toilet should be reasonably clean. That's something that I've had problems with because there's like a leak in the toilet and there's a lot of calcium in the water here. Limestone is actually the word I was looking for. There's a lot of limestone in the water here. And so very quickly the whole bathroom is all white. And for fuck's sake, put the toilet seat down, you absolute savage. None of this is gonna get you like magically laid. Don't be a dickhead. You're not doing this for some girl, you're doing this for yourself because you respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, doing this will make you respect yourself. And obviously, if you're a girl and you felt like I've been talking to you this whole time, this also applies the other way around. I don't see why this has to be gendered. Just understand that you are not betraying yourself. You're not caving into the demands of society. This is your choice, your decision. You are doing this for you. And fuck anyone who judges you for it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave your own experience about this if you've taken this journey, if you're going to take this journey. down in the comments below and share this to your relevant communities, but do not spam them, please. Consider supporting me on Patreon or the Subscribe Star, which I now have. The aforementioned merch store, I will plug it again, get some of that sweet merchandise. And in that spirit, have some self-respect, work on yourself a little, meet like the baseline criteria of not being disgusting, because it's really not a lot of work and it's a huge payoff. And see you around, cunts.